Now the meeting is on YouTube. It's live streaming now.
Right. Thank you. It's
Thank you.
6:01 now. Let's start in 30 seconds. There are a few more on waiting.
Reena is joining, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good
Thank you
evening.
for joining on time for the APB Coordinators Investiture 2021-2022. We'll wait for one more minute because there are a few more waiting in the waiting room because we are getting used ourselves for the new normal. So while others are logging in, I just want to lay out few courtesy requests from all of y'all. So I'll be the anchor for the whole 1 hour. I'll be with y'all. I'll guide y'all. Until I ask you to on yourself, please keep your mic and your video frozen. Because otherwise, because some are logging through their mobile phone, so sometimes they might have a bandwidth issue. So hence, let's all mute your mic and freeze your video until I ask you to on yourself. There'll be a time that we all have to post for a new way of posting for a group photo. Until then, kindly mute yourself and freeze your camera. Let me explain what's the normal tradition of this is. Generally, bank coordinators investiture is a very glamorous event. I would call it as a tamasha, but it's not been allowed, or rather, that's also become a challenge for us. So as professional bankers, we never take no for an answer. So instead, what we have decided is because we for the APB community, bank coordinators is a very vital group, because for us to move on, we need you all in. So without further ado, that's why even the restrictions are there. We thought of having this official investiture virtually. But I can give you one promise: no sooner these restrictions are over, that promised tamasha will be hosted. By then, you'll not be new as today, but still we can offer to have that tamasha, right? So before we start the proceedings, let's we all stand up for our APB anthem.
give them prominence. Let's make sure of what is truly right. They will be the trusted line. We are the members of the APB, serving all who are in our society.
Onwards to the future,
We do ascend with challenges and tests. We shall contend by building on the strength we uphold. With backwards ethics, we'll be bold. Empowering professionals, we are committed. Since 1988, we stand united. We stand united.
Right. Thank you. Let me invite our Honorable President, Mr. K.B. Rajapaksha, Senior Deputy General Manager, Payment and Digital for People's Bank. Mr. Rajapaksha, over to you.
Good evening, my dear fellow professionals. I warmly welcome bank coordinators, Council of Advisors, Council members for this inaugural event of bank coordinators. Whilst my personal preference, of course, a physical meeting, but due to existing situation and we have to adhere to the regulations, of course. So we are having this type of meeting, virtual meeting today with our membership and social committee leadership. Since this cannot be further postponed, I think they have decided to go ahead this way. APB hopes to contribute in numerous ways to uplift the professionalism as a vibrant association among the bankers. So therefore, APB has lined up several events in this year as per our calendar, but due to this pandemic situation, we have to line up according to the situation of the country. A few of them are regional-wise quiz programs and research symposium. If we can have an annual convention, I think there are so many few events. I think the chairman of the committee will further explain the events in this meeting. And also as the bank coordinators of each bank, you are the main, the person in between the APB and your bank. So APB hopes to get your contribution and your active participation for the APB events. And also to increase APB wishes to increase the membership with your fullest support and coordination by creating a platform for the bankers to sustain their highest standards and professionalism in the industry. So as you all know, at present, the digitalization is the main topic in the society. It has affected to the banking industry than any other industry. So with that, we'll have to work in future. We have to adhere to those challenges, and we'll have to overcome the challenges. As you know, the cyber attacks are there, so there are several hackers. So especially as bankers, as professionals, we have to face for those challenges. I think our chairman will elaborate further about their committee plans. And I am optimistic that as a professional APBS, we can overcome these challenges and steer the APB forward in this challenging era. So while thanking to the membership and social committee, I wish all success and all the best for the bank coordinators for their future. We hope their future contribution and active participation. Thank you to all of you. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now let me invite Mr. Anton Narmaga, Vice President, Trade Sales and Institutional Business, DFCC Bank.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Dear Mr. President, Council advisors, Council members, and bank coordinators, and future Council members. So I warmly welcome all of you to join this bank coordinators investiture for 2021. So Mr. President has touched many areas. So anyway, my task being given only 5 minutes. So my task made possible because President has touched many areas. Anyway, I will be briefly touching three key areas. Firstly, the history of APB. Secondly, the affairs of the association. And finally, the role that we expect from you as bank coordinators. To start with the history, the association started in 1988. So in July, we will be completing 33 years in service in next month by a group of dedicated, respected, and senior bankers at that time. So it is the only representative organization of banking with a professional. So the core objective was initially to promote and facilitate studies and plan and organize training programs, knowledge management, and promote and safeguard the common interest of the association. Not only that, we also continuously promote fellowship and understanding among the APB members. Finally, it is a networking place where you get an opportunity to meet co-bankers, and especially with the current context, there are so many regulatory directions being issued. So it is a very good opportunity for you to interpret and also implement those directions with consulting other peer bankers. So secondly, then I move on to about the affairs of the association. We have nominated 29 bank coordinators, and we have 17 council members, and we have 10 council of advisors. They are the tower of strength. Currently, as advisors serving by 2 leading CEOs of bank, also being a member as advisors. And to manage the affairs of the association, we have 4 subcommittees are headed by senior council members who are also senior position held in their offices in their respective banks. So they drive their objective and also specific responsibility given for them to drive the affairs of the association. To start with, they will give our subcommittee chairmen will be given more details about their tasks and their roles that they play towards the APB. To introduce initially the publication subcommittee headed by Mr. Hazrat Munasinghe, who is Deputy General Manager of Commercial Bank, and membership and social subcommittee headed by Mr. Tikshana Panditasekara, Head of Retail Banking at SDB, and Special Events Committee spearheaded by Mr. Ravindra, Deputy General Manager, National Savings Banks, and Continuous Professional Development Committee headed by Ms. Christine Jesudin, Deputy General Manager, National Savings Bank. So finally, I would like to highlight the role that we expect from you as a bank coordinator. Council seek your support and engagement in organizing various activities by the APB. Also, we would like to see some of you serve in our subcommittee voluntarily, because each one of you may be having unique skills which we don't know. So please speak to the respective chairmans and give your consent that that you can engage with them, the activities that will be carried out throughout the year. And also, we, as President mentioned, we also expect you to drive the membership, where you can promote and ensure that top management also getting the membership throughout the year. And also you can get updated information from APB Secretariat, Ms. Rekha. She's also joined with us. She's working at OP office. So you can coordinate with her and get the updated list. And also make sure that the list also updated by APB. And we also would like to see you as a link between the APB council and the members in your bank. So you need to disseminate information of regarding the activities that has been carried out by APB, be directly conveying and communicating all the activities that has been carried out. So make sure that informations are shared with the APB members in your bank. And you continuously promote and canvas life membership, which is also very primarily important for the APB. Where in terms of revenue, we need to also for our operational expenses and other needs, we need more membership. So please promote. Currently, we have 2,300 plus. So if you continuously engage and promote, we notice some of the coordinators who has been in the last year, at certain months, they were promoting 50 membership. So maybe it is difficult at the present context, but when the situation fall into normal, please promote members among your respective banks, that we can give you a customized e-flyers and other informations. And also you can gather information from our comprehensive website is available. So if you visit the site, you may gather more information about the APB, the constitution and the history and the background and all the activities that has been done in the past. And also importantly, we also would like to see the members, APB or the bank staff who can actively contribute in terms of articles, and also we monthly publish our daily FT paper. So if any one of you wanted to, one of your staff in the banks would like to write anything or contribute to the articles, please do welcome. And you can collect and pass it to the subcommittee chairmen. Finally, please share your innovative ideas and other inputs and your observations for us to develop and improve all the activities that we being traditionally doing. So we look forward to see close engagement. And as President mentioned, and also the chairman mentioned, our subcommittee chairman, once the situation fall back to normal, we will definitely have a physical meeting and have a fellowship soon. So thank you very much. That's all from me now.
Thank you, Anton. With the interest of time, let me introduce our dear council. This is our current council. all face, most of the faces, or I would say all the faces are familiar faces for you all. If I am to read them, Mr. Halin from the seated, if I am to start with the seated, Mr. Halin Hettigoda, Jeremy De Silva, Mr. Aruna Fernando, Mr. KB Rajapaksha, Mr. BAHS Prina, Mr. Anton Arumugam, Mr. Indiga Kudagamage, and Ms. Mahisha Amarasuriya. Standing, Christine Shiromi Jesudian, Mr. ASMW Kumarasiri, Mr. Tikshana Panditasekara, Mr. Asita Pinnaduva, Mr. Hasarat Monasinghe, Mr. K. Ravindran, Mr. Rohana Kumara, Mr. Isuru Jayavira, and Council and Ms. Anjali Gunatilaka. These are our honorable councillors, advisors. All the known faces in the banking industry is here. Mr. Deepal Abhisekara, Mr. Diman Seneviratna, Mr. Banu Vijayaratna, Mr. Pyal Hennayaka, Mr. Jagat Gamanayaka, Mr. Anton Armugam, Mr. KB Rajapaksa, Mr. H.M. Hennayaka Bandara, Mr. Asanka Ranhuti, Mr. K. Kadiravil Pete, Mr. Lakshman Silva, and Ms. Shashi Khandambi Jasim. So without further ado, let me invite our colleague, Mr. Hasrat Munasinghe, the chairman of the publication committee. Over to you, Hasrat. He is the Deputy General Manager, Marketing at Commercial Bank of Ceylon, PLC. Thanks. Over to you, Hasrat.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Is the video visible, Tikshana?
Yes, now you are.
All right, great. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you as the head of the Publications Committee. My committee consists of 7 members, 3 senior members from the council itself, that is Mr. Rohana Kumara, Mr. Vishnu Kumarasiri, and Ms. Mahisha Amarasuriya. Also, we are joined by 3 other members, Mr. Bhati Hettiarachi, Ms. Tilini Gunasekara, and Mr. Pubudu Divakara. So the key objectives of our committee are fourfold, or the 4 activities. That is, namely, the main one is publication of the annual convention publication, which happens towards the end of the year. And this year, instead of last year, we had a research symposium in lieu of that. The second one is publication of the APB page at the Daily FT newspaper, a monthly page that we get. A third one is to give publicity to all APB events and activities. And the fourth one is publication of e-journals to membership. Coming back to the key objectives, being bankers and members of APB, our core is to build fellowship and interaction within our community as bankers. So it's not only APB members, but there are other members who are in the banking fraternity. We as the professional organization and the organization for bankers, it's our duty to build a fellowship as well as create that whole community through interaction. So their publications committee plays a key role in communicating activities of the APB as well as activities related to banking, not only here in Sri Lanka, but overseas. As our president very clearly mentioned, digitalization, the newer trends. We need to take it to the community, the banking community. Also, it is our duty as an important professional body and a profession, bankers, to communicate and interact with the public at large. There are many stakeholders, as you are aware, starting from the state, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, customers of our banks, other stakeholders like shareholders, investors. So we play a very pivotal role in communicating to these consumers or these stakeholders. It's important that we take a clear message and a positive message on behalf of the total banking community or fraternity of Sri Lanka. So in this instance, we seek your help for the publications committee to popularize or take our message to the community. How could you help us? The first and the foremost is taking this message back to your banks, your staff. We have a population, I believe, over 40,000 employees of banks in this country, very knowledgeable, very learned, very educated professionals working in banks. I think probably if you take the qualifications and the knowledge and the experience, bankers are the best out of all professions. So they have wealth of knowledge that they could share with us. So we kindly request each one of you to talk to staff, those professionals in your banks, requesting them to communicate to us in terms of articles, reviews, information that we would like to pass on to the society, pass on to the rest of the banking community. We have already sent an email, which you may have received by this afternoon, requesting the same. So we kindly request all of you to take this message and give this opportunity to staff in your banks at different levels, starting from the topmost even to the junior officer who will have a good idea, suggestion, article, review, which could be shared with us that we would be love to share with the community. The same articles will be published in, we are having a committee to review the articles, and once it is accepted, of accepted quality, we will be publishing in the monthly page of the Daily FT newspaper, English newspaper, which is popular amongst the corporates of the country. Also, we will be planning to send an e-journal consisting of these articles to our membership. The third point is that we carry out communications and publicity for all the events that APB organizes. APB conducts more than 10 events for a year, and all events are communicated to the public at large and our community through the publications committee. And also, the most important thing of all is the APB convention, which we have it somewhere around November normally, and where we publish a publications book, where it consists of many articles, over 20 articles, research documents, well-documented articles written by professionals. There too, we request each one of you to talk to your staff, your senior executives who could contribute. I've seen many professionals and senior members sharing articles which are very, very high depth in knowledge and quality. We need to communicate that. We need to take this message to the community, our banking fraternity. So only we can do that, and we have to contribute for that cause. So I kindly request you to share those articles. Please take this message to your staff and help the publications committee by sharing articles and reviews and knowledge that in return would be passed to the banking community and public at large for the betterment of the banking industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hasrat. Let me introduce myself and my committee. My co-chairman, Mr. Rohan Kumara, Deputy General Manager, Recovery Provinces, Business Revival, Rehabilitation, Bank of Ceylon, and the members, Mr. B.A.H.S. Prina, Assistant Manager, Corporate Banking, Commercial Bank of Ceylon, Mr. Isuru Javira, Acting Head of General Administration, Bank of China, Colombo, Mr. M.A.E. Samira Matota Arachi, Junior Executive, Bank of Ceylon. If I am to explain you of our committee, we are consist with three activities plus annual ongoing activity for the whole year, that is membership drive. So our main event is the bank coordinator installation that was due to be held officially in person or in this month, but unfortunately, as explained initially, we had to compromise that with at the moment. But hopefully, as soon as when things get right, as our honorable secretary and Mr. President said, we will definitely we will have this meeting and the fellowship again, hopefully in the months to come. And the members day, it's been a most looked up to event annually, where all the bank members get the best fellowship that they could think of. Last year also, unfortunately, we could not hold that due to the prevailing condition, but hopefully we are hoping with the vaccination, all that, the second half of the year should be better for us. So we are planning for a good members day for this year. And next March 2022, it will be our 400th AGM. So that will also be organized by this committee. But the most important, though it's the least, that is the membership drive. It's an ongoing activity done by my committee. This is where all the bank coordinators, because these are fellowship engagement. That's the main element that you will get from this. But when you are doing this, you have to get your branch. You will be the main contact person for each and every bank. So you will have to carry the flag of APB in your institute. Whenever a communication is there, we'll be using you as the agent for us to communicate your bank. And on the other side, we have to increase our membership. As Honorable Secretary said, last year there were some bank coordinators. They recorded the recruitment of good 50 plus. Some months even they went up to 100. So that's the capacity that a bank coordinator has. And so I would cordially invite all of you all to be engaged and use all the opportunities that you get with both hands, and be engaged with us throughout the year. This year will be definitely a little different to the years we had, but definitely we will not consider COVID as an excuse. Our events will go on. In fact, last year also we held so many events amidst the calamity that we went through. So for me to before I conclude, do be in touch. You will be communicated through our email, and there will be another WhatsApp group being created. So whenever you get a message of a new activity, kindly share that with your colleagues in your bank, and do encourage your colleagues to get themselves enrolled and obtain the membership. Thank you. Let me invite Christine for the Christine. Good evening, Christine.
Good evening. Can you
Over to
hear
you,
me?
Christine.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
go
me?
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good
Christine, go
evening,
ahead.
everybody. We welcome you, the coordinators. My task today is to introduce our committee, the Continuous Professional Development Committee. We are members, myself, and co-chaired by Ms. Anjali Gunatilak of Sampath Bank, supported by the committee members, Mr. Jeremy DeSilva of Pan Asia Bank, Mr. Asita Pinnaduwa of Nations Trust Bank, and Mr. Isru Javier of Bank of China. Now, what is the objective of this committee? This committee is continuous professional development. The main objective of the committee is to improve the knowledge among the banking community. If I put into one sentence, the main theme of our committee is that. So in order to achieve that, we may have a lot of activities to do. Basically, the committee conducts conferences, seminars under usual circumstances in person. But as you all of you know, the current environment doesn't permit us to go so. So the only way available as of now, at least, is to have webinars to improve the knowledge of our bankers, not only on banking themes, but is the topics that would be of interest to bankers in particular and at large for the entire society. So in going in line with that, we already had a webinar on the current pandemic. Then we have planned for another one in the next month that would be on digitalization of banking. So thereafter, we are hoping to have, we have lined up few themes. Hopefully we should be able to conduct all of them. If not, at least many of them, I would say. The themes, if I am to mention, the seminars would be conducted monthly. That is our objective. So themes lined up or rather thought of, I would say, myths and realities of COVID-19, which we have already touched upon. Digital banking would be scheduled to be held next month, and motivational aspects, Bitcoins, talk of the town with regard to banking, and we'll have a forum on budget forum. Then we hope, if time permits, to discuss on foreign exchange market, then risk management, invaluable component of our banking current days, then anti-money laundering, equally important thing, then the annual normal memorial oration of Mr. K. Sivagananath. What else is the committee has to do apart from conducting seminars? Give publicity through any possible medium with regard to these seminars. It could be website, social media, print media, whatever you may call. We are ready to go for that, provided every other facility is available. Then we do submit write-ups to the publication committee so that they can publish it in magazines, magazine, print, website, daily FT, etc. Then we also hope to have a scholarship scheme targeting young bankers to develop their banking career and banking knowledge. That is one of our goals this year. Then we also need to coordinate activities with the OPA and the Mr. Sivaganathan Memorial Oration. So for the young coordinators and the new coordinators, probably some of you have been already a coordinator. We kindly request you to give your participation, the fullest contribution. You can help us in many ways, as the previous speakers told, and you can be another council member in future. So we invite you and take part of these events, contribute maximum, and be a part of a recognized banker in the Sri Lankan banking industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christine. Now let me invite Mr. Asitha Pinnaduwa that for the explain the task of Special Events Committee. Asitha, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And on behalf of the Special Events Committee, let me congratulate to all the coordinators who have been appointed to the APB Council, which, as Tikshana mentioned, which is an important part of the rather important cogwheel of the function of the APB. So let me present the Special Events Committee in the absence of the chairperson of the committee. So this committee, the Special Events Committee, constituted with 4 members, led by Mr. K. Ravindran. He's the Senior Deputy General Manager, NSB, and the co-chairman being Mr. Halin Hettigoda. He's the Head of Deposits at the Sampath Bank. And also we have 2 committee members, Mr. Vijitha Kumarasiri from People's Bank, Assistant General Manager, and myself, Asitha Pinnaduwa, and I represent Nation Trust Bank, and I serve as Assistant Vice President, Private Banking. So let me briefly explain the role of a Special Events Committee. So as the name goes by, we are supposed to do special events. So generally, if you take the APB calendar, we have 4 events. So I will not read line by line. So mainly we are supposed to do one of the core events would be mobilize funds, or rather raise funds, because during the year we run multiple projects activities and forums, as you heard from the other committee chairpersons. So we are supposed to coordinate and raise funds for the committees. And also to enhance the knowledge of the banking community, every year, APB has been successfully conducting the quiz program, which has been one of the important events and also appreciated by lots of bankers in the country. So that's one of the core activity of the Special Events Committee as well. And also, banking is not about shareholder value maximization, but giving back our fair share to our community also play a key role. So therefore, APB also do conduct a special CSR projects. So last year also we had a successful event, and so similarly during the fiscal year 2021-22 also we will be conduct a similar charitable project based on the operating environment. And the other most important event which the Special Events Committee organizes, the felicitation ceremony of APB members. As you all know, year round, we get lots of our senior members being appointed to key senior positions, meaning as a senior, as a chief executive officers, bank chairpersons, directors, so on and so forth. So as APB, as a council, we are proud of the achievement, and also we have the sense of responsibility to recognize the hard work that they have put in for the development and for the contribution of the APB, as well as for the entire banking fraternity. So therefore, annually we organize this event where we recognize the senior leaders who have been appointed to the pinnacle of their respective officers. So in essence, those are the 4 core activities that we conduct. And on behalf of the Special Events Committee, I would like to invite you, if any of these events within your scope or within your preference, please ring myself or Mr. Ravindran, and we'll be happy to have you as our committee, because rather than having 8 hands, when we have more hands, we can do a lot. So with that note, I'll conclude my presentation. So I must take this time to wish each and every one of you again, and for the APB Council for giving me the opportunity to present the Special Events Committee agenda, or rather the plan for the year 2021-22. So thank you very much and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Asita. Congratulations to all the appointed coordinators, bank coordinators. Now we have a task where what I'll do is I'll read out your name. Then you just yourself, you have to unfreeze your camera and unmute your mic, introduce yourself, just mention your name and where you work. So let me start with the alphabetical order, no preference. Mr. Arshad Jamaldeen.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Arshad Jamaldeen. I'm working for Amana Bank. I'm working as head of deposits there.
Thank you. Mr. Samira Matodarachi.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Samira Matodarachi. I'm working as a junior executive officer at Bank of Ceylon, ISOD unit. Thank you.
Mrs. HPM Prabhani.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Manjula Prabhani, working for Cargill Bank.
Ms. C.S. Gunawardana.
everyone. I'm Champi Gunawardana, working as a Deputy Director of Central Bank of Sri Lanka.
Mr. Rasika Pereira.
Good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. I'm Rasika Pereira from Commercial Bank. I'm presently working as the head of Human Resource Development Unit. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chaminda Gunawardana.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Chaminda Gunawardana. I'm working at DFCC Bank as Vice President, Regional Manager for Colombo Suburbs. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dylan Jesudas. Dylan, we didn't hear you. Would you mind introducing
Mic was
yourself?
mute.
Yeah, I think you're mute, Dylan.
Unmute your mic and then.
Okay, I'll do the honors for you. Mr. Dylan Jesudasan from Deutsche Bank. Thanks, Dylan. Mr. Sumeda Alahakon.
Hi, I'm Sumed Alahakon from Habib Bank. I'm the DGM Corporate Banking at Habib Bank.
Mr. GDKH Pereira. Mr. GDKH Pereira. Okay, we'll move on to the next name. Mr. Janath Ilangan Tilaka.
Hello everybody,
Mr.
I'm Janath
Ilangan Tilaka.
Yeah, I'm Janath Ilangan Tilaka. I'm working for Head National Bank as the Head of Compliance.
Thanks, Janath. Mr. Chintaka Dharmaratna.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chintaka Dharmaratna, and I lead the learning and development function for the bank. Thank you.
Chinta, we didn't get your face again. You have to introduce yourself. Mr. Chintaka Dharmaratna.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chintaka Dharmaratna. I work for HSBC, leading the learning and talent development function. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bandula Herath.
Hi, good evening. I'm Bandula Herath, working at MCB Bank. I'm heading the Treasury and Finance.
Mr. Pulara Abesurya. Mr. TDP Pereira. Mr. TDP Pereira. Mr. Johan Ebel.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Johan Ebel, representing Pan Asia Bank, and I work as the Chief Manager Recoveries at Pan Asia Bank. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Tushari Hevawasam.
Good evening. I'm Tushari Hevawasam. I'm working for People's Bank as Assistant General Manager, Commercial Banking. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ruini.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rumini Soisa, working at Public Bank as Senior Operations Officer.
Thank you. Mr. DKS Sarasingha. Mr. G. Kusal De Silva. Kusal, you have to unmute.
Sorry. Good evening to all of you. I'm Kusal De Silva, working for Sampath Bank. Presently, I'm working as Assistant General Manager, International Banking.
Thank you. Ms. Lakmini Muttunga.
Hi, good evening. I am Lakmini from Suns Development Bank and currently holding the position of Head of Operations of the bank.
Mr. Varuna Koggalage. Mr. Varuna Koglalage. Sorry. Mr. Nilanka Abevikram.
Hi, I'm Nilanka Bevikram. I'm working for Standard Chartered Bank as Head of Asset and Liability Management attached to financial markets.
Thanks. Mr. Dinuka Vijayasinghe. Mr. Dinuka Vijayasinghe. Mr. Eranga Alvis.
Hi, this is Eranga Alvis. I'm working for Bank of China, attached to financial markets as a senior manager.
Thank you. I just read the names who are confirmed to Rekha. Is there anyone who had logged in where I didn't read your name? That's okay. Still, you're being welcomed, and congratulations to all 39 coordinators. So the next event is generally the normal when we have the meeting physically. At the last as the last ritual, we used to take a photograph. But here this time, since we are all on Zoom, we have a difficulty. But still, we don't want to we don't want to give away that ritual or the tradition. So hence, I would like to invite all of you all to have your mic muted, still unfreeze your camera. So we will get a tile type of a screen. So we will capture when all are kindly on yourself, only the video. Tosida, all okay?
Before capturing the photo, can you all start your video, and I'll say to hold on, then I'll take a picture of it. Still, there are few other members we need to.
You can read the names.
Mr.
You can read the
Nilanka
names.
he has to activate. Mr. Lakmini and Mr. Bandula Herath. Can you activate the videos? Yeah, Mr. Nilanka. Yeah, Mr. Bandula Herath.
I think there's some technical issue. I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ms. Ruani Soisa. All right, hold on. We'll take one photo.
All can smile at you.
Okay, are you ready for it? If someone says yes, then I'll take the photo. Right?
Yes, we
okay.
are.
All right. Hold on. Sorry. Then we have Mr. Kumara Siri, Mr. Anton, Mr. Banu, Ushara Kudagamage, and Asankar Ranhoti. We need to activate the cameras for the next batch.
Okay. Asankar.
Mr. Banu, Champi Gunawardana, Asankar Ranhoti, Isuru Jayavira, Isuru Jayavira, right, Mr. Banu. How about Asankar Ranhoti?
Asankar.
All right, there are 4 cameras not yet activated. Shall we proceed with the existing members?
Tosito, you can give it a try one more time. You can just read the name, and after a minute we'll stop it.
All right, Ms. Mahisha, Kumarasiri, Mr. Banu, Mr. Asankar Anhoti.
My camera is activated.
Okay.
Is it Mr. Banu?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, it's not coming. How about Mr. Asankar Anhoti? Mr. Kumarasiri, your camera is pointed to a desktop screen, some other version. Can you arrange the camera properly, Mr. Kumarasiri? It's located to some other location, pointed to some other location. All right. Shall we proceed then?
Yeah, Tusita, please proceed.
All right. Okay, it's time to take the photo. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Tusita.
Thank you very much.
I think we are quite good. We will be able to complete the whole session before 7. That was my first pledge to most of the participants. So let me thank all who help us to get into this new adventure, going on Zoom and still to conclude this event successfully. First, let me thank and congratulate all the 39 bank coordinators who took this opportunity, and I wish all the very best to you all. And the journey that you will be with us will definitely be adventurous as well as interesting. And let me thank my dear council members, all who helped me to make this a success whilst all this calamity, and my dear honorable council of advisors, our committee, and Tosita from OS2 Works. So as I initially stated, and as our Mr. President and our Secretary both said, now you've been installed as bank coordinators, but as soon as the limitations and the government directions being relaxed, we will definitely meet, and we will definitely host the promised event. But until such time, you will be in communication groups. All will be communicated with our new activities. Kindly share all of that with your colleagues. Definitely, it will be it will be definitely add value to their lives. Kindly try to grow your membership base in each and every branch, in each and every bank. It is very vital. That's the contribution that we are expectation that we have for the coordinators. And the last, be active and look for opportunities. Whenever an opportunity comes, take that in both hands and kindly contribute to the maximum possible way. All the very best. Good luck. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you and good night.
Great job.
Thank you, teacher.
So thank you. Thanks, Tikshana and the team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tikshana. You did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tikshana, well done. Good job.
Thank you.
Anjali, thank you.
Thank you, Tikshana. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Susita, thank you so much.
Yeah. Mr. Banu is available in the camera. Shall I take a photograph immediately?
Yeah, please. ඒක අරගෙන
All
දාමු.
right. Yeah, got it.
ගත්තද?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, super.
I was trying to take a photograph of Mr. Banu.
Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Good night. Take care.
Good night. Take care.
Hi, Mr. Haswat.
Hello.